In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Cincinnati Bengals and what they have to do to get back to the Super Bowl. Now, the most obvious thing that they have to do is fix their offensive line. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you every single free agent that I think that they should try to get, and then I'll talk about which NFL draft picks I think we should get as well. Now, the reason I think that it's so big for them to go on free agency right now is because you need guys that can start right away. Now, every single rookie can start right away and ball out. So it's definitely important that they are very active in free agency. The Bengals have the projected third most market cap going into this free agency season, so we should have plenty of money to spend when it comes to offensive linemen. One crazy fact here is the thing about this. Joe Burrow was sacked 70 times, including postseason this last year. Tom Brady was sacked less than that in 3 regular seasons the years prior. This last year, 2021, 2020, and 2019. It's ridiculous. Now, normally the Bengals have been kind of a, stingy with money kind of team, but Mike Brown can't wait 30 more years for a Super Bowl appearance. He kind of needs one soon. He's getting up there. He's like 86 years old. I think it's very important. I think Mike Brown's going to be wanting to say, hey, you know what, spend it with the team, even though I think it's more his family's running it, especially his daughter. I think that they're going to really try to go big in here, and this is the potential guys I would want to see the Bengals pick up. The most obvious one is going to be Armstead from the New Orleans Saints, offensive tackle. A lot of teams are going to be going after him. He's graded really highly. He did have some injury issues this last year, but he is the best available offensive tackle on the market. So he's somebody that if the Bengals could throw all the money at somebody, it's going to be him. He would be a huge upgrade for us at the tackle position, for sure. The next up, I don't know if he's actually going to be available. I think the Chiefs will re-sign him and he'll stay there. But it's Orlando Brown, the tackle. Look, Patrick Mahomes was the least sacked quarterback this last year, and Brown had a really big part of that. So if we can steal him from the Chiefs, and then, they also take a hit because they just lost one of the best offensive linemen, that helps us out with the AFC, getting back to the Super Bowl, and also hurts our biggest rival as well. The next guy I really want us to get is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers center, Jensen. Look, Tom Brady just left there. He might be wanting to go to a team that's going to win. I don't know if he's going to want to re-sign with Tampa Bay. It depends what's going to happen with the quarterback. This is kind of a wild card here. But if things don't work out in Tampa Bay for the quarterback, they might be rebuilding. He might not want to be there for rebuilding time. Cincinnati Bengals would be a great spot for him to go. The next guy is from the Washington Commanders, which is Shaeffer. He's a pretty good lineman. He's rated pretty well from Pro Football Focus. He has really good talent. He's young. He was only drafted in 2015, so he does have experience, but he's still not that old yet. So he's a guy that is a guard. He could do well. Definitely better than what we have right now, though. The next guy is a guard from the San Francisco 49ers, which is Tomlinson. He did pretty well. He actually graded above a 75 for offensive line work throughout the season. He's somebody I think is also another great upgrade for us. Okay, now this guy I think we have the best chance of probably getting, which is Connor Williams for the Dallas Cowboys. He's a guard. He looks really good. He gets kind of outshined by the other offensive linemen that they do have, but he's young, and he might be somebody that will be able to play now and into the future. So he's a guy that, I'd really like to get if we can't land these other guys. Him and Armstead, if we could get these 2 guys, and maybe the center from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that would be great if we could get those 3 guys to fill in for our 5 needed offensive linemen. Okay, let's say we got our free agents. We're looking at the NFL draft. So the very first guy that I want to get is Raymond from Central Michigan. The guy did really well. He had like a 94.8 rating in college, and he only allowed 10 total pressures all season. That's the type of offensive lineman that we need. He would be the first guy that I want in the first round. But remember, the Bengals don't pick till the 31st pick, so he might not be there, but this would be the number 1 guy I would pick off the board. If he's not available, Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa would be the next pick I'd want. Look, this guy's 6'7", 324 pounds. He's really athletic. He did a really good job at Northern Iowa. He's somebody that I think can help fill in that offensive line that we desperately need. Okay, if those 2 guys are gone, we have to reach a little bit. I think Falele from Minnesota is worth a shot here. Remember I talked about how the other guy is pretty big? This guy is 6'9", 380 pounds. That's as big as Trent Brown from the Oakland Raiders. This guy would be the biggest offensive lineman in the NFL. He plays tackle. I think if you put him at guard, he's not going to let Aaron Donald get through. But put it this way, Aaron Donald is 100 less pounds than this guy. And this guy has pure raw talent. He's actually a former rugby player, and he's only been playing football for 5 years. So he still has room to grow and learn more about the game. So I think Falele would be a guy that we would want to get. So if we lose out on those guys, that's who I want to spend the first round pick on. Now, I wouldn't want this guy with our first overall pick, but if we could get him in the second round, this would be great, which Kennard from Kentucky, he had a great 3 years. He rated just below 90 for points for offensive linemen. He would be a guy that I think that the Bengals should get in the second round. That would really help them out. So if the Bengals can get just at least 4 of the guys that I named, I think that they have a chance to make another run at it next year and actually go back to the Super Bowl, which I think would be very difficult to do. It's not easy. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is to get back to the Super Bowl. But I think if they make these pieces right now, before they have to pay Joe Burrow a big contract, and it's going to stop them from being able to afford all these free agents or be able to pay all their other players, this would be what I want to do, is get these guys in here now. They kind of need to sell out, kind of like the Tampa Bay did 2 years ago and the Rams did last year. Because the Rams are going to be hurt and they're going to be losing some people. But this is something that I would think they would have to do to get back to the Super Bowl. What do you guys think? Is there any offensive lineman that I missed that you guys would hope that the Bengals draft? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next huddle. Ready, break!